Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Sparkles. My name is Lena, and today we're going to be doing a WIP and CHAT, which stands for work in progress. And while I work on my project, we just talk a little bit about life and stuff. So I don't really have any special upgraded tools right now. My focus is mainly on purchasing canvases because my budget is not very, it doesn't have much wiggle room at the moment. So whenever I purchase something new, it's canvases. The only thing that has been kind of updated has been the pen. I got this pen from Diamond Art Club along with a tip. This is an 8 placer tip and a single tip. This is basically all I get. And something that I actually have to change right now is the wax. Here I have placed some regular wax, because yesterday I was using the tack that I get just from everywhere. I think I have here some. Yes, I'm gonna use this. I just used like this tack. I get it here in my country, and it's like the blue tack or any other type of thing that is for this sort of purpose. But oh my god, I had to change it because it's been so hot down where I live that, you know, this is sticky, but yesterday and the day before that it was really hot, it was just so stringy. If you've worked with this, you know that after a little bit it gets like stringy, like you lift it up from the diamonds, from the drills, and it like cheese sort of like cheese. But it was just a nightmare, and I was like, okay, I think I need to change it for something else. But the only other thing that I have for my pen is the pink wax that comes into the kits. So I used that yesterday, and it worked really well. Like, it didn't last long. I don't know why. Maybe I'm a very hard presser. I'm not a light placer. I'm a hard placer. So I think that has something to do. But today I think I'm gonna be using this again. I just do like kind of knead it a little bit and then just place it and just remove the excess, and that's it. Like, this lasts a million years, I swear. So where was I? Oh yeah, I changed it today because today is not as hot. At least it feels okay. Like the last 2 days, the coffee that I drink every morning, I didn't even drink it hot. I had it made iced coffee. So that's how I know. So today I'm gonna be working on Flower Delivery by Yuumei Art. Right now I'm in my 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm finishing my 5th or my 4th row. I divide them as I go. I don't divide the entire thing like from the beginning. So sometimes my sections are bigger or a bit smaller. But yeah, I think that it's I don't know, like finishing this row, I'm gonna be kind of in the middle part, like over here to my left. I already did like the bottom part of one of the shoe and a little bit of her dress, I think it is. Yeah, it's like a tiny bit of her dress. But yeah, I started at the bottom mainly because, oh, this is kind of like up there. I started this kit at the bottom because I noticed that at the bottom it had a lot of confetti, and at the top, even though it's still confetti, is not as confetti heavy as in other places. So I decided to start in the bottom. So here I'm actually going to work on a section that is super color blocky, and I'm just excited to work on this section, to be honest, because it's so confetti heavy all the way around. And the plastic, that last section was also very mostly color blocking, like lines, and here there's a lot of color blocking, and I am extremely thankful for that. It's a dream. This section is about, I don't know the size of it. Let me measure it. I don't do exact measurements. I just eyeball it, but it is 14 centimeters by what, 11 or something, maybe 14 centimeters by 10, oh, by 10.7 almost 11 centimeters. So those are kind of the measurements that I usually do. But yeah, let's start this. I usually start here at the top right corner and move inwards. That way, I mean, I don't like to start in this place and have all of this full of glue and then I get stuck, and I don't like that. So yeah, this is really exciting because this is so much color blocking. I'm so grateful. So I'm gonna take out those 3 colors that I'm gonna start with, that are the H and these little 3 dots and the plus sign. Where is it? Oh, the plus sign is a fairy dust. Awesome. Oh, I'm gonna have a bit trouble taking this one out because I just did my nails like 30 minutes ago or something, and they looked decent, I think. Now, for me, these nails are quite long. Like, if you look at them from the bottom, you might say, oh, they're kind of like okay, but my nail bed is so short that even though like half a centimeter grows, it doesn't look that long. Like, this is my regular nail. This, I broke it, and I usually chew them a lot, but I've been trying to, I go through seasons where I don't chew them at all, and then I go through seasons where I just cannot let them grow. I mean, I just bite them without realizing it, and when I take a look at it, they're all big enough. But yeah, this is like my regular nail bed size. So even though this doesn't look as long, like if you compare it to the other finger, it's like, I mean, for me, significant. Okay, whatever. Why am I talking about my nails? I don't know. I have not worked anything, and I am like 5 minutes in, if not more. And this is also a problem that I do. Well, it's not a problem, but it's just the thing that I do quite a lot, which is I'm gonna need like 7 drills, and I just take out all of these. Now, I usually put my tray on top, but I need a release paper. Okay, this is smaller. Since I put always my tray like right next to where I'm working, I put release paper here to place my tray, so that way is easier. Every time that I start, or that I'm going to start a WIP and chat, I try to write down like a list of things that I might be wanting to talk about, because actually I saw this on Katie from Diamonds and Sparkles last WIP and chat, where she said that she doesn't have like a script or anything, but she has like this list of things that she wants to go into, because sometimes she blanks a lot on, you know, what to say and the awkward silences and stuff. And actually that made me feel good in a way, because that's kind of my struggles when I started doing the WIP and chats. If you've watched more than one WIP and chat, or one's specific where I said that I was considering doing WIP and chats where I just worked into my canvas and not talk that much, more type of like a ASMR type of video, because yeah, there's times where I don't have much to say, and most of the WIP and chats that I watch are quite long, are like an hour, most of them. Some of them are like 45 minutes, 50 minutes, but most of them are like an hour, and I just, for the love of me, cannot do that, at least not yet. But my plan of one of the last WIP and chats was to say, you know what, if I don't have anything to talk about, I'm just gonna work on it, have it more like a background thing, ASMR type of thing, and just work. And I think that in that specific video where I was saying that, the WIP and chat went for like 50 minutes. So I said, you know what, maybe this WIP and chat thing is actually working for me. It's just a matter of getting used to it. And you know, watching that and watching her, she's like, in this community, I think she's one of the most followed and watched creators here. Katie from Diamonds and Sparkle, from Diamonds and Washi. I said my own name, I'm sorry. And I felt like, oh, so this is like just a person thing, not the fact that I am a newbie. Like, it, of course, I imagine it plays a part in it, but everyone goes through this because, you know, we are, something that I've realized by watching a lot of new creators, something that I've been doing these past few weeks, is that we're all very similar in taste, but I think also in personality. I think we're all those type. I mean, if you watch this, please let me know if this is you. But I've noticed that, you know, people doing this craft, we share other interests like reading or certain movies or certain hobbies. And I think that's what makes us like each other. I think because we think very similarly, we kind of have some of the same basis for what means to us to have fun. Because if I told one of my even my best friends, they're my best friends, but our personalities are so different that they don't get that I like to read. They don't get that I do this type of things like diamond painting. I also do friendship. I mean, I'm not done many lately, but like the friendship bracelets where you use floss to do bracelets, puzzling, all of that. I think we're all very similar here in this space where we all understand each other and understand what each other likes. And instead of being like, or the response that I sometimes get from people in my real life is like, oh, but don't you get bored, or isn't it tedious, you know, putting diamond by diamond on this huge canvas? And I'm like, no, it's really relaxing and it's cool because you have the option of doing so many things while you diamond paint. You could be listening to an audiobook or a podcast or watching a movie or a show, or, you know, listening to or watching videos of other creators. And I actually love doing my diamond painting while I watch other creators in different areas, not only in diamond painting, but also in booktube. I'm a big booktube consumer. I go through phases where I consume it more than other times. For example, right now I just consume like my staple people in booktube and don't really look out for more than that people. And I'm in my sometimes I get into my sort of exploration of more people in books, but at the moment I am like that, but with diamond painting. I am always trying to find new creators or people who do different things, like a lot of things. And I love it because it feels like I am diamond painting and I have a friend next to me and we're just talking and chatting. And that is mostly with WIP and chats. Like, of course, all the rest of the things like unboxings or reviews or other type of things, but especially watching WIP and chats while I am working with something. It's, I don't know, it feels really cool. It feels like I'm working along, like with someone right next to me, even if we're not even in the same country. It feels really, really cool. And so I, it was 2 weeks ago, or was it last week? I am so bad with time, but yeah, like I want to say like 2 weeks ago, I started following a lot of new creators, and I'm slowly trying to watch WIP and chats or, you know, other type of videos that they have. And I'm having so much fun. So this week, the people that I watched a little bit more. Now, sometimes I comment and sometimes I don't. Whenever I comment is when I'm not diamond painting, is when I'm like literally just watching YouTube and nothing else. And that is rare. Whenever I am watching YouTube, I always have to be doing something. I'm someone who has to be doing something like manually, physically, along listening to, you know, there are things that there are some type of videos where I want to be sitting down and specifically watching, like a travel vlog or something like that. But with other type of videos, I'm okay with just listening to. So usually whenever I comment is when I am not doing anything else but watching. Yeah, but the person who I watched the most this week, I think was, I'm so bad with names, but is Diamonds and Dr. Pepper, or Dr. Pepper and Diamonds? No, it sounds best. It sounds better, Diamonds and Dr. Pepper, definitely. Also, Easy Painting Diamonds from Spain. It's great because, you know, my native language is Spanish, so I have no trouble with it. And she reminds me a lot of myself. Somehow, I don't know. But yeah, I've been watching, like, binge watching all of their videos of those two channels. And once I'm done with those, you know, sometimes, oh, also Zoe, I don't remember the name of the channel, but her vibe is really like pinky and pretty and aesthetic. Like, if you see her thumbnails, they're just so pretty. It makes me feel self-conscious about my thumbnails because I started doing one type of thumbnail, but I thought the colors were like too dark, and then I changed them. But after I changed them, I really didn't like them, but I have not changed them again. And I've been thinking about changing them again, but not changing them all over again, but just from now on. I don't know. I'm also thinking about maybe doing a different sort of thumbnail every month. Like, I don't know. I don't have the mental capacity for that. Also, if you can notice, I just jump from topic to topic. My brain works that way. If you have oh, this doesn't have a sparkly top. They missed this one. Oh, that's sad. Okay, you go to the trash. I mean, it was a decent drill, but it doesn't have the sparkly top. And this is fairy dust. Oh my god. Fairy dust, it just looks so cute. Yeah, so what I was saying, that I jump from topic to topic, and I have sometimes suspected that I might have ADHD or ADD or something along those lines, but I've never really gotten tested. But I don't think it interferes with my life. I think. I don't know. Anyway, for now is not a priority, but there are days where I think more about it than other days, and today's one of those days. Yeah, I was not talking about that. See what I'm telling you? What was I talking about? I don't know. Is this all the green? Yeah, it's all the green. Why am I yawning? It's not even that early. Okay, so I just went through like 3 topics there. I was talking about the fact that I am watching more creators, and that I binge watched those 2 channels this week. And I really liked Diamonds and Dr. Pepper, because what I watched the most from her were all her last WIP and chats, and one in particular I was like, oh my god, that's where it kind of clicked when I said, oh, so diamond painters are all the same person, basically. I mean, not the same, but the same. I don't know if you get it. I don't know, but it was really funny because she was talking about rereading certain books and maybe creating like a read along, and talking about her son that she loves, that she bought some books to her son, and I'm like, oh, I've also read those, and it was really cool. It was like honestly talking to myself, but not myself, which is kind of how I feel whenever I find someone with the same interests, like reading the same type of books and stuff. I'm a big reader, and it's rare that in real life I find people who read, and not only who read, but who have the same kind of taste in fantasy and stuff, because people that I have around who read usually are more into the self-help type of books and all of that, and I don't really like those type of books. I don't know why, I just don't like them. I've read a few and I've listened to a few, but usually it's because some specific part about that book, like a specific topic about it, I'm interested in, but only because of that. It's not like something that I oftentimes do. I usually read most well, it varies. Again, it varies what I read. I have like seasons where I read more of one thing than the other, but I love fantasy. But lately I've not been reading much fantasy. I've been more into thrillers and mystery, and also into memoirs, because I watch a lot of true crime, and I watch also a channel that talks a lot about cults. And sometimes when they have a guest over, they say like, oh, they have a book or whatever, and I'm really, really interested. So I go to my audiobook subscription thing that is not Audible. Audible for me is absolutely outrageously expensive. I don't get it, but yeah. Unfortunately, I found an app here that works in my country that, oh wait, let me please, I need a concentration. Yeah, so it's really great because you only pay a very small fee, and with that fee you get access to unlimited audiobooks, and you get access to unlimited audiobooks, and they are legal. Like, it's not a sham or stealing from anybody. They're legal. So that's great. That's amazing. So yeah, I'm a lot into reading those type of memoirs, specifically people who have been in cults. Oh my God, that is just so interesting. For me, the brain is something extremely interesting. And the fact that there's people who are so manipulative that fall into this thing of basically creating a cult, and a cult, and then religions, and I missed one of the diamonds. And it's so interesting. And it's also interesting because sometimes I get to think like, how can people fall for this? But then you realize that it's not they're dumb or stupid, it's that these people are so good at manipulation that by the time you know it, you're stuck and you cannot find a way out. And that is just so fascinating for me. So I really like listening to stories of survivors of cults and stuff like that. So that's what I've been listening more to lately, like those type of books. And I think I mentioned it in a few WIP and chats as well, but I guess but I guess I'm still into that vibe. I hope I can get into the fantasy vibe again, because this year the fifth, oh my God, can you tell English is not my first language? Because the fifth Stormlight Archive book is coming out, and I've read them all. I read the first three, and then the fourth I read it as soon as it came out. I think it was 2 years ago, maybe, or 2.5 years ago, I don't know. And yeah, so I know that by the end of the year I'm gonna be reading that no matter what. And also there's a sequel to a book that I read, I think it was at the end, I mean, not at the end, but more towards the end of last year, that I really, really liked. And I've been eyeing the second book because it came out recently and I have not read it. And I want it, but at the same time, I also have some unread books that I want to get to first. And I am like that. I cannot have too many undone things in my stash of hobbies, like with diamond painting and also with books. So and since right now I am more listening to books than to actually physically reading them, or if I read them, I like with my eyeballs instead of with my ears, I read them on my Kindle. I have not been reading the physical ones that I have. So I cannot allow myself to buy more books until I read at least one or two of my physical collection of unread books. And I don't have many. I must have like, I want to say 8, give or take 1 or 2. I don't know, like, but still, I know it's not a big collection of unread books, but still, I don't feel comfortable having more. And more because with diamond painting, I can still listen to audiobooks, so those books are constantly coming in and going out as well. But for reading physical books, I need my eyes. And I also need my eyes for diamond painting. And for now, diamond painting, that sounded so great. For now, diamond painting has been more of a priority than physically reading. I cannot make the compromise. I know I'm gonna read it eventually, and I hope sooner rather than later, but not today. And probably, no, I'm not gonna say anything because I really don't know. But actually, I have been reading a little bit more physical books this week at least. I have a book that I started last year. It's from a series of books. It's a young adult series about these kids that get kind of recruited by the FBI for some program where, you know, they notice that they have certain abilities. They're not like supernatural abilities. They're just like abilities that they're really, really good with, like profiling people or detecting lies, or with statistic stuff, or kind of like sorting through how people feel emotionally, all those type of things, like hypersensitive type of people, kind of. When I was going to start it, it gave me more a vibe of supernatural powers, but no, it's not supernatural powers at all. Let me grab the next color so I don't get confused. The next few colors. So is this one and the arrow down. It's just a very few colors. Great. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I started reading it, and I read the first book. It's a series, I think it's 4 books, and I read the first book in like 2 days or something, in one go. But I think it was right after reading that first book that I got again into really diamond painting. So the second book, I've had it open in my Kindle for the past 3 months or something, and it's really unusual for me. Well, it usually is unusual for me to take so long reading a book. Not even a 1,000-page book I take that long. When they're very complicated books, I always have multiple books going just in case I get overwhelmed or stressed or tired or anything. But this is like a YA book. I am 57, I think, percent in. Do I have my, oh, I actually have my Kindle right here. Oh gosh, what happened? So let me see. Yeah, so I'm 57. Wow, did I say 57? Did I get that right? Cool. I am 57. I'm 57% into reading it. But the last 16%, I read it in 2 days ago. I've been at the same chapter for months, to be honest. And I can very quickly go back to reading a book that I left. I can pick it up, no problem. But I'm trying to read again more physically, because right now, or whenever I think about reading a physical book, my instant thought is, oh, but I could be diamond painting. But you know, it is what it is. I guess I have to kind of recover a little bit of or make time to pay more attention to that hobby, because you know, reading is my first hobby. Reading is also kind of part of my identity. I am known in my family and in my friend circle, and everyone who knows me knows that I love to read. And yeah, now I am having to introduce people to the fact that, yeah, I'm a reader and I'm a diamond painter, you know. But I'm happy. I'm happy. I know that I'm not reading as much as I did before, like physically reading, but I want to, and I'm trying. And I'm also trying to, like, I kind of rationalize it. I say, okay, I'm not reading not because I don't like it, but because at the moment I am so caught into this new hobby where it's something else that I love doing. And I started to feel a bit guilty at times, but then I have to remind myself, like, no, diamond painting is perfectly fine. You're not, you know, it's not bad for anybody. It's not bad for you. And if that's what you're enjoying most at the moment, even if you enjoy reading as well, if you want to do one thing instead of the other, it's perfectly fine. That's why this is a hobby, because it's not an obligation. No one is telling me that I have to do this. I am doing it because I want to. And oh, here's more of that symbol. Good thing that I lipped that release paper, and I'm sorry that I moved you. So that's something else that I am kind of realizing and getting into that headspace. But yeah, I am currently physically reading that one. I'm not physically reading like an actual book with, you know, physical pages. For now, my physical reading is more like a digital reading, but with my eyeballs. That's the point here. I'm reading with my eyeballs. And once I can find more of a balance with that, I think that's when I'm going to start reading again the books that I have in my little unread pile, and then get the one that I really want to read from that new fantasy series that the second book came out and I have not grabbed it. Like, the cliffhanger of the first book was just wow. If the second book had been available when I finished the first book, we wouldn't be having this conversation. That book had been already read in 2 days' time. But that didn't happen. When I finished the first one, the second was not yet released. So it is what it is. I get tired of talking. Which color do I do next? The one that looks like a planet? But first I'm gonna put that single little, that's something I do. Even if I have already a drill that I know I want to place, if I see just one drill of any other color, I have to do it. Like these two, there's just one place where these goes in this entire section, and it's a big-ish type of section. I just have to place them. Like, I cannot deal with the fact that they're there on their own. I have to place them. Great. Awesome. Now let's continue with a planet looking thingy. This looks like a planet. For me, this is a planet. It's like Saturn or something. I need to drink something. My throat is tired. I'm not used to talking a lot. Like, right now that I spend time almost exclusively at home, it's weird for me to talk a lot. And more just to, it's not like a conversation because I'm the only one talking. Like, whenever my boyfriend's here or I talk with friends, it's a conversation. So there are pauses where I don't speak. But in these videos, I just speak and speak and speak. And it comes a moment where I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I've been talking for hours. And then I look at the clock and not even 20 minutes have passed. And I get tired of speaking on my own. But I prefer it than speaking with certain type of people. Yeah. So let's talk about the saddest thing that happened to me this week. You want to know what it is? Margaret Morales. Is it Margaret Morales? I think it is. I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. 2 of her kids went back in stock, and one of them is still in stock. I don't remember the name of the kid, but it's the one that is in rounds and has a dragon and has a lot of special drills. The previous one was Sakura, that went back in stock and out of stock really quickly, and right now I cannot afford to get them. And then the other one was in stock again, and I was so devastated because those were the kids where I said, you know what, if they are back in stock, I'm just gonna get them. I don't care. I don't mind. I miss some of the drills from this color, but I cannot yet afford them. I have also more kits than I that no, right now I don't have more kids, but if I got more kids, I would have more kids. Kids with a T, not with a D, because I am not a mom yet. But I have more kids than I would have more kids than I'm comfortable with. So even though I want them, and I think maybe if I could afford them, I would have gotten them. But I probably would have been stressed about it. Right now, my stash is not big. I still have 2 budget kids under my mattress, flattening themselves out. And I think that after finishing this one, I'm gonna do one of those, the one that is a partial and has a lot of special drills, but I'm still not sure. But well, okay, so I have this one that I'm about to get to the 50% mark, sort of. I have a new one that I got, a cat named Poppy, that's in rounds as well. And I have 5 of the little diamonds from the Harry Potter ones. I have those, so that's 4, 5, I have 7 still, and these reaching the halfway point. So having more than that, it would get overwhelming, even if my budget allowed it. But yeah, I don't think that I'm gonna buy anything in March, because I have enough with the ones that I have. And if by some miracle I finished all of my kits in March, which I don't think, there are too many. Even if they're small, there are too many, I guess, I think. I don't think I would buy anything new, maybe until April. And also because I want to save, because there are a few kits that I want to buy from Jaded Gem Shop for a few events that I want to participate, like Summer with the Masters, the Jaded Jamboree, is that the name? And after that, Drills and Chills. Those are 3 that I really want to participate in. But with one purchase from Jaded Gem Shop Jaded Gem Shop, oh, I have 3 kits there that I want to get, 1 for each event, sort of. I mean, 2 for 2 events, and then I could participate with any kit for the Jaded Gem Brie 2024. But there's one of Twilight that I really want. But my priorities are 1 for Summer with the Masters and Chills and Drills. So I think I'm gonna save up until I can buy those. I'm tempted because she has a discount right now precisely to get those kits. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to purchase them in time to participate in the Jaded Jamboree. But I definitely would like to participate in the other 2. Ooh. Why is this separation so big? I don't know. I think I'm gonna try to fix it later. Let that be something for future me to worry about. Okay, so what else? I'm feeling tired. I'm feeling tired every day, but that's just the chronic illness in me that makes me tired 24/7. You kind of, it's not that you get used to it, but it's more that there's so little that you can do that you have to learn to live with it. So I'm at that point. I mean, I do what I can to make it better, but sometimes it doesn't matter what I do. Nothing, like, it won't change. But yeah. So, I don't have much to talk about. I don't have much else to talk about. What should I... I haven't done anything interesting this week. The only interesting thing, or yeah, the only outing that I'm gonna have today, this week, is gonna go to Costco because we're running out of eggs. And we buy like a big box that has like 90 or something. We eat a lot of eggs. We love eggs. And also flour tortillas that are also from there that are delicious. Like, they're raw and you do them by yourself, and I just love them. We don't have anything planned for this weekend. We usually are not big weekend doers. We're super chill and we mostly stay in. Did we do something last weekend that I can remember? I don't think so, no. But I applied to 2 more jobs. I applied to one that sounds great. Sounds like my area of expertise, if you will, without the downsides of being too physical. It's like my career, but with an admin point of view, which is kind of what I want to lean into with my career. Because if not, any other option is just so extremely physical. The last job that I had was super physical, and the only thing that I could do was work and come back home to lay in bed the rest of the day / evenings / whatever time period that I was off work. I spent it laying in bed, just half asleep, drained of energy. It was the worst. It was the worst. Oh, what was that? So that's why I'm not in a rush. I do need to find a new job. But it needs to adjust to me. I need to give that a priority. I have to stop. I cannot just accept a job just for the sake of accepting it. I need to make it work for me, because if I just accept it because it's available, it's gonna go back to that place where I cannot have a life and I can only work and sleep. I need to find a job that is accommodating and that allows me to have some downtime because my body physically needs it. Like, I swear I'm not a lazy person. That's something that I have to sometimes convince people of, that no, I'm not a lazy person. My body just cannot take certain stuff. And people oftentimes don't believe me, but why are these big gaps in here? I don't get it. They might just fix themselves, and I'm not usually picky about this type of thing. And I know that once I look at it from afar, it's going to be absolutely unnoticeable. But still, yeah, talking about my job and mixing it up with my health really stresses me out. I don't know if you can tell, but I just got stressed by thinking about it. So let's not think about that. Let's talk about, I really don't know what we can talk about. I think I'm just gonna keep diamond painting. And if something comes up, we'll talk about it. It's so relaxing. Like, tell me that's not relaxing. Like those little sounds. I love doing these like alternating lines, because when I fill in the other lines, the feeling on the pen and the sound that the drills make, it's so satisfying, even though they're not lining up. Oh, because this is terribly crooked. Okay, that's better. So yeah, I really enjoy that. And I usually do the line all the way up, like so. Oh, that's so satisfying. That is so satisfying. That's why I like doing those shorts that I do, because like I have 20 or something that I already recorded and edited and that I have not uploaded yet. And sometimes I just open my phone and stare at them. I mean, watch them over and over and over. And even though I know what's like everything about them because I made them, it's so satisfying. Like all those sounds, it's so satisfying. So cool. It's weird working on a diamond painting and not have anything in the background. I'm usually always listening to something on YouTube, like watching / listening to something on YouTube. It's so weird. Oh gosh, no. What is this? Jesus. And then this tacky thing stays stuck there. Oh, great. I removed it almost completely. That's fine. As long as I remove it almost completely, it's okay. Okay, maybe I can remove the... No, I can't. I still need to place it like there. I wanted to get to these parts that are really color blocky. I mean, everyone likes different things, of course. Even about the same craft, we can all like different things about the same craft. And I know there's people who love squares, and I don't hate squares. Ooh, but my favorite are rounds. They're so much easier. Like squares sometimes stress me out. And also I don't understand people who don't like color blocking. I really enjoy it. Some people might find it boring, but I don't. Not in the slightest. It's the funniest thing ever. The funniest thing ever. Why is this? Oh, this is so crooked. But oh my god. Could it be that I'm not listening to anything? That I'm getting sleepy? Like, is this too relaxing even for me? Like, if I did this without listening or watching anything, I would fall asleep immediately. I am getting sleepy. Wow, that had never happened to me. I've never gotten sleepy while doing this. But, I mean, I guess it could be that it's so relaxing. I think that's why I'm feeling kind of sleepy. But it's fine. I think I'm just gonna finish this little section of these pale... I don't know how it translates to the camera, but for me it looks like a very pale yellow. Not even a beige, but a pale yellow. Like, why is this so crooked? I don't get it. I don't know. They're gonna fix themselves somehow. I'm not very... Oh, a very obvious out of place drill. Honey, you don't go here, and I don't know which color are you, so you have to go to the trash, even if you're not a trash drill. Oh, that's so satisfying. Oh my god, this had never happened to me. Where was I? Oh, right. But yeah, let's finish this color. And that's it. So tell me if you keep watching until this point, and if you would like to comment, what are you working on? What are you loving most about working on your current piece? And also, if you agree with me that a lot of the people here in this community were all very alike regarding hobbies and sometimes even personalities, please let me know down below. It would be really interesting to know, because that's just the vibe that I've gotten so far. But you know, I could be completely and absolutely wrong. Just let me know down in the comments. And as we are approaching the end of this color, thank you so much for watching. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, all of you, for subscribing and for hanging around. And you know, I'm really happy to be part of this community of diamond painting. I'm enjoying it, and at least for now, I see myself doing this, you know, indefinitely. It all depends on how life goes, but yeah, I just wanted to tell you that I'm really enjoying it. And I'm so glad that you were here for this little chat, and see you all guys on another video. Goodbye.